to all the issues. Lord, keep me from going mental. Help me sure the bed ain't simple and stay woke on instruments.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to CHHysteria, podcast for CHH about everything CHH. I'm your host, Cole.
And I'm your co-host, Cooper.
And today we have a very special guest with us. We have an up-and-coming Christian hip-hop artist, Travis August. Thank you so much for coming on the show. We really appreciate you being here.
Yo.
Yeah, before we
Feels
go...
good to be here.
Oh, for sure. Before we go too deep into asking you questions, we just want to give you like a minute or two just to go ahead and introduce yourself for the fans of our show that might not know who you are.
Yeah. Hey, guys. Hello. It's Travis August. My government name is Travis Jordan Hyder. My social security, no, I'm just kidding. I like long walk. I like long walks on the beach. Lucky Charms, I'm addicted to them. I'm in rehab for them as we speak. I love the kids, man. I'm a kid advocate. Love the youth. I am not a pastor by any means. I'm just passionate, and I love Yahweh, and I'm real and raw, and I'm real hippie-ish. I'm about 20% hippie, 10% gypsy, and 70% brown guy. So it's good to be here and just being interviewed. And I just love music, man. Music is me. I'm music, and God is great. So.
Do you like music or Lucky Charms better? Cause I got a feeling you like Lucky Charms better. Just from
Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me.
You have to choose.
Yeah, I'm a halfway lie and say I like music better.
I'm a halfway lie.
That's fair.
Oh man, that's good.
Definitely fair.
But yeah, I mean, we've been talking about this interview since I think like sometime early December. And since then, a little before, I've been going through all your music. And when I was going through, I found out I really, really, really like your track, Birdie. I think it puts a lot of things that I really like about you on that track. And it's just like a happy song, you know, and you have a great voice, singing and rapping. Yeah. But I was just curious, could you tell us a little bit more about the song, like what it means and like the story behind the track, how it came together and stuff?
Yeah, for sure, my dude. Birdie was just, I always want something new and funky and weird. So a lot of people mess up and think that I'm a trap artist. Fooled you. I'm literally a creator. I'm like, if Pharrell had a spirit animal that had a baby who was Timbaland, that would be me. So Birdie was kind of different in itself. I took it, I was like, oh, that instrument's too normal. Everybody's using it. So I would trash things. So it all started with production, really. And I was like, oh, that's too boring to me. All my friends, I would show my friends and they'd be like, yo, this is nuts. And I'm like, that means it's boring. Let me take it up higher and get more weird. So it all came down to this real funky production, out of the normal, heavy ratchet bass line, just something that you can go to, New Orleans and just stand on the corner and just get everybody dancing. And then on top of that, I was like, what can we put to this? And at the time, I was talking to a few of my homies, and I was like, yo, it's crazy how God never let us go. This jank is crazy. So it hit me. I was like, man, that was some Holy Spirit stuff right there. So I was driving home, and I stopped at a stoplight, and I'm real weird. I told you I'm a hippie, so like if there's a few birds on a stoplight, I'm gonna look at them and just stare at them like, I wonder if they're having a conversation about something, like stuff like that. So I literally saw some birds, and I was like, whoa, yo, that birdie is crazy. And I was like, yo, Birdie, Holy Spirit, he'll never let us go. And that literally, that was it. I was like, I got a song, I got a record. I didn't even write anything yet. I just knew I had a record. So I got back to the crib and I wrote it in like 15 minutes and laid it down and sent it off. And I was like, whoa, this is crazy. So I think it went stupid from there. And majority kids took a hold of it. It was cool to see the kids take a hold of it. And it stuck in their head. I had everybody calling me and sending me messages. Yo, you got my kids. You got my 4-year-old saying, little Birdie, won't let you go, in the backseat of the car. So yeah, it's cool. It's a vibe, man.
No, it's super catchy. I'm with the kids on this. It's stuck in my head all the time too.
Yeah.
And I just love how you just looked at birds and you're like, I wonder if they're having a conversation because I would think the same thing. So I feel you on that. And I'm
Yeah,
so glad that's
yeah.
how you came up with the song because that's like it's
Hmm.
beautiful.
Yeah, yeah. It's no crazy scientific math to how I get the records that I get. I'm like, so people are always expecting like, tell us the deep inner workings of. Oh, I was watching cartoons and I was like, oh, Jesus loved me, and I started writing a song. That's literally my answers half of the time.
Oh
So,
man, watching cartoons.
Oh, works.
What's your favorite cartoon though?
dog, don't let me come through with that Adventure Time or that Amazing World of Gumball. Don't let me throw that at you, though.
All right, I see you. I see you. I've seen a little bit more Amazing World of Gumball than Adventure Time, but I haven't seen too much of either.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm missing out. I see. We didn't have cable, so when I was like 13, I was still watching
Yeah.
PBS Kids because it was the
Let's
only cartoon.
go.
It was either
Let's
PBS Kids or like
go.
Criminal Minds. You know what I mean?
Yeah, buddy.
But like you said, like
Yeah.
your sound is a lot different. I feel like kind of like what you're saying. Do you think you have in your opinion, a best song or favorite song of yours?
Hmm. I don't think I do. I don't think I'll ever have a best song of mine because it's like all jumbled into one. I'm so versatile. I don't even. I did a kids country song out of nowhere, um, just randomly, and so like I love that I can tailor to anything. I literally can tailor. I can do a polka song and put an 808 in it, and it's like a field day for me. So it's hard for me to have a favorite one anymore. It's real weird. It's cool. It's cool at the same time. But yeah,
Yeah,
I don't think I'll ever have a favorite song of mine.
yeah. I think that's a good place to be.
So you mentioned.
Yeah.
What Cooper, were you saying something?
Sorry. So you mentioned like with how you came with Birdie, you're kind of a little bit sporadic with how you come up with your songs. So what does your creative process look like? Like, do you have like a set way that you go about things, like when you write, or?
Yeah, in a sense, it's like complicatedly simple. The reason I say that is that um when people hear my finished product, they just go crazy and like their brains melt as to like the exact question you asked. Their brains already started melting before they asked the question, and then when they hear it, they're like, "Oh, well, dang." So I I go to sleep and I'm writing songs in my sleep, bro. Like I'll wake up and remember literal verses that I rapped in a animated cafeteria in my dreams, and I'll be like, "Yo, write it down, write it down." So I'm always writing songs in my head. It's never ending. It never cuts off. Like my ADD is making songs in my head. That's my ADD. So I usually will just pull from stuff I already have, but at the same time, if there's something in the moment, I'll snatch it, put it in my phone. I'll do a little something and just be, stupid on purpose so that I can pull it apart when I, take it to my little lab section. That's literally every time I'll just have stuff while being at a stoplight, just being stupid, like real stupid, like dumb.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, it's a good day. Everything's great. And I'll get like a melody from that. And I'm like, yo, put it on the keyboard. Turn it into like a synth or whatever, or sample myself. So like, it's real basic. I'll get it off of something. I always get it off of something stupid, like me just being dumb. And then I'll just turn it into a song.
Worked out pretty well. I'd say
It's
at least.
awesome.
So
It's awesome.
I feel like you can see that in your music too, right? Like that's just like it's like a lot of like your music it's really fun music, It's I mean,
Yeah.
it's just
Exactly.
fun. Like your music's fun to listen to. It makes you happy to listen to, and like I feel like what you kind of said kind of bleeds into your music. I mean, what you would expect, and I was curious
Right.
if like when you started saying about your phone, because you're like you have random bars here and there. Like, do you have like a like your phone files? Is it just a bunch of audio files of like you rapping at different parts, and then you just go through and look for bars there?
Yeah, you hit it on the head. I had to empty my phone because of my audio messages, not my movies or my photos or anything. Like I literally had to dump it onto my computer. Um, but when I put stuff in, I'll start to label it. So it's my audio notes that give the most of the time give the titles to my songs. So I don't want to lose if my stuff is spread out. I'll do something like Birdie. I was like Birdie, part of a verse, and then I'll say something, and then I'm doing like millions of other song concepts, and I'll come back and oh Birdie, entrance 2 on this February 5th.
Yeah.
No, it's not, you know what I'm saying? But that's literally, my phone is literally just there to send a text or just get all my song ideas. That's it.
Right.
People
right.
call me. I'm like, yeah, send me a message on Instagram.
That's funny. That's funny.
So yeah, yep.
Right, and you said like you're talking about different concepts of songs. Is there a specific concept or like a topic you want to make into a song or a project someday that you hope to work on?
Yeah, two things, my guy. One of them is why Walmart has 1 million registers and only 2 people working. What in the world? Okay,
Right.
So
Facts.
to a more serious one, I think, I think, I just like my concepts. I want them to be more and more bubbly, just to get away from. I want people to look at me as the doggone new generation Brown Steve host of Blues Clues. That's how I want my vibes to come off. And like my actually my album coming up in the summer, it will be just that. It'll be like real different and fun. And that's literally my persona. That's what I want my vibes to come off of. So if ever I do have a concept for a song, no matter what the topic is, like I don't really aim for stuff. Like if there's social injustice happening, I don't just aim to do a social injustice song. You know, everybody's doing it, and I'm not trying to be that guy. I just like, I'm on more of the, okay, I know that's happening. Now let's bring some light into the world. Let's bring something that'll get kids holding hands again. Stuff that grown-ups can listen to with the kids in the car. Like that's what I always want to be, and I always want to be bubbly. So you hit it exactly on the head. I don't want to come off as, oh yeah, he goes hard. I want to be like, oh, he different. Oh, he don't care about like when the camera's in front of him or whatever it is. He's the same everywhere, which leads to my song "Same Stage,"
Right,
on and off the platform, same stage. So,
right, for sure. And I mean, you keep saying things about like reaching the kids almost, right? Like, would you say that one of your main focuses of music is trying to reach the next generation, reach the kids, or?
I just want to be that one artist that just shows everyone that you don't have to compromise yourself. At the same time, you can be a glass house. So there's artists that aren't bubbly and they're in CHH. I think that's fire. But if you are who you are, be who you are. So in that, I don't necessarily aim to just go for kids or aim to just go for, teenagers or even old heads. I just want to be, I know that I'm versatile, so I'm going to always hit all areas. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to have a song that, the old heads can be like, oh, this was when I was growing up. How does he know about this? Like type of stuff. And then have kids that can do Ring Around the Rosie to my stuff. So yeah, I just want to be that guy that they're like, this Joker's the same, but he's just good in all areas. He can do it all.
Right. And no, and I think that's great. Like I feel like you can do a lot of things because like it helps because your singing voice is fantastic. And when you sing on songs, I think it's like your Holy remix. I'm a huge fan of on your Instagram, and like I think you just bring something to the table that we don't see a lot, right? In CHH, and then
yes sir,
and,
yep.
Like you're just like you're pretty unique and. On your Spotify bio, you have that people like Andre 3000, Lupe Fiasco, John Legend, and Chance will like your music. Do you think you would be able to describe your music as a mix between these guys, or would you describe like you've been saying like bubbly and stuff, or would you lean more to being bubbly? Like if someone like would ask you to describe your music with like artists a mix of, what would you say? If that made sense.
I'd say Yeah. Oh, that yeah, beautiful question. I would say actually my manager, I had a I had an original bio, and was sitting with my manager, and we were like revamping my whole brand. This is before I changed my name, but we were revamping my whole brand. And she went into my bio, and she was like, "Oh, this is good. Do you know you remind me of and this and that?" And I was like, "Let me finish." John Legend, because that's what people keep saying. I don't hear it, but I know it's true if it's more than 100 people keep saying. And she was like, "Yeah, that and so and so and so and so." So my manager kind of pulled those different artists in. I went and I remember Outkast. They were just different, crazy with it. And then I went and looked up Lupe because I had never listened to his stuff, and I was like, "Well, I'll be doggone. I sound kind of sort of like him in the vibe wise." And as well as like all the other ones she named, I say that she was spot on, especially with Chance the Rapper, because he's just a genius. I don't even listen to his music. Like people are like, "Whoa, he's like Chance." I was like, "Yeah," and I don't even listen to his music. I just know his vibe. I'll come across his stuff every now and then just to see what he's up to, and I'm like, he's just a genius because he's not scared to be his bubbly self. Like he's just a goofball in his stuff, and that's exactly who I am. That's why I think that if you were to ask me, I'd be like, yeah, that's a blend, but it's not even the music; it's more the vibe. So
Right.
like all of their persona mushed together like mashed potatoes and baby food, and fed to the people. That's that's literally me. So like I'm just like straight up like it. You know what I'm saying? You're talking about the guy that can still be himself and be fun and have like Muslim friends and gay friends and be relevant and just love people and have fun, but not compromise the truth that I stand on. Like that's
Mm.
just I'm an anomaly. So yeah, I would say in a nutshell, I all that blended together, and then just some weird stuff outside of that. Like it's just different. Like I'll give you a real quick example. I'm at like some gospel hip hop awards. We're in New York, and we're at I got my manager, I got my drummer, like the squad. We hit the awards, and then we go to this. It was in the some weird part of town. Like you can get your keys stolen out of your pocket by with nobody even being in your presence. Like that. That's how. So we went to this little low key, just indie, like local artists can come here. I'm talking about this dude sitting in the corner, like blazing, like stuff going on. It's like alcohol stuff. Like and here we are, like, "Hey guys," I got my manager and stuff, but we never like we were just us, just the same old us. Just me, some a fellow artist, drummer, just being ourselves, just bubbly, just weird. We go up and perform and stuff. Everybody else is just doing it, it's ratchet music, but we just go up and we're like, yeah, groovy. And the whole place rocked with us. I'm talking about like just surrounded us like, "Oh, we need to collab. Like, where y'all from? Why y'all so different?" It was that the atmosphere, the vibes. That's why I say like I don't even when I say I sound like something or I'm reminded of something. It's usually the vibe more than the music because I'm on my some whole different stuff. But that's just to give you an idea, just what I'm like.
Right. Good vibes bring good vibes, right? Is
Oh,
what you're
that's
trying to
hilarious.
say, pretty much.
Good. Hey,
Like
yes, sir.
good.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, the vibes are contagious. For sure, for sure.
Hey,
So you mentioned that you hadn't heard of Lupe, and then that you don't even listen to Chance. So who would you say that your like biggest musical influences are then?
um, let's see. I would say I like a lot of. I don't know if you guys know or remember the band Stellar Cart.
Oh, hey, we had their Cause we might have been
Uh,
too young for this, but we used to listen to that all the time. Yeah, we had one of their albums.
Dude,
It was like the one with like the legs and
yeah,
like the
like
top or
you got,
whatever.
Oh yeah, I think I know.
yeah, like
Yeah.
you got me in Jesus. Da-na-na.
Right.
They were like the holy Blink 182. So like I rock with stuff like that. I don't even really. I'm gonna really mess y'all up right now. I told you I'm a glass house. I don't even really listen to CHH like crazily like people think a CHH artist would be wrapped in engulfed all in that. Um, I'm mostly like I said, Stella Cart. Uh, I would say I love like I like stuff like a little elevation worship. If it were to be in a CHH like area, I would say Gavi, No Big Deal, because they're just the sounds different. And then like it's stuff that's not, it has nothing to do with CHH. I'll be in the car. When I'm in my car, the only thing I listen to is classical music. The only thing I listen to, literally. I'm talking about like
Mozart.
movies. Yeah, movie soundtracks, Mozart, Bach. I just listen to it, and it just unlocks my mind. And when I'm at home or when I'm producing or whatever, I'll pull up some stuff and get like, get a little bit, catch a little bit of vibes. But I don't even really be on that stuff like all the time like that. It be messing people up when I tell them that. So like, so I would say like artist wise, my stuff's way off the handle. Like I said, like Stella Cart and then Hawk Nelson. Man, I'm like the whitest black dude on the planet. So it's like, yeah, like No Big Deal, Gavi, like the stuff that's not the norm. You know what I'm saying? Like people will be like, you hang on to Lecrae's leg while he's walking, don't you? I'm like, yo, to be honest, I ain't really listened to Lecrae's stuff in like maybe like 3 years. I'll hear a couple of his tracks or whatever, like I'm turned. Yeah, I'm turned. But like, you know what I'm saying? I just, I've been there. Like I'm so outside, I'm so unlocked and outside of the fishbowl that I just gotta be everywhere. I literally gotta be everywhere.
Right, so you get a lot of influences from a lot of different genres, which is, I think, a really good place, like a good thing to do as well, because then, like if there's no other CHH artists out there listening to Mozart, they're not gonna be able to get that influence from Mozart like you are, which
think I'll get that influence, my guy.
Right.
Like Minio said in one of his bars, he was like, "Say I won't rap over bagpipes."
Oh yeah, you already know. That's say it won't.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for that though. I'm just saying. I don't think he has done it yet.
Thank you.
Like he said he's gonna, but he hasn't. I'm just saying.
I'll go crazy over there.
I think you should rap over the bagpipes. You got to do it now, right?
Oh, there we go.
Bro, that record will be out yesterday.
Oh man.
Fair enough.
All right.
Oh shit.
So, when did you realize that you wanted to make music as like a profession rather than just as a hobby? Has it like been a dream always, or was there like a point where you just like, I'm gonna do this?
Yeah, it was a dream and a point. The dream was when ever since I was like 5. I think I started producing at like 5 years old. Literally. My mom had an old stereo. My mom had an old stereo. I literally, at 5, I had like this Fisher Price piano. You couldn't plug it up to anything, but I just started bang, 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 and trying to make like just grooves. I got to like 8 years old, and found out how to put a microphone, plug it from a stereo, and lay the microphone over the speaker of the like little Fisher Price piano, and I started using 2 tapes to overdub, and just was making stuff and putting stuff together. So that dream was already there, and I just cultivated that. But the point, like you said, which was great how you worded that, the point was probably around like 14, where I started getting like serious about like trying to find avenues to really lock in. And then I got into my like 16, 17-ish. I started doing music, recording and learning, DAWs and stuff like that. And then after that, when I got into my 20s, bro, it was a wrap. I was like, a manager will find me when they find me, but that's not going to stop me. I'm not going to wait for a manager to be good. I'm going to like start going stupid now, and they'll find me when they find me. You know what I'm saying? So the dream's always been there since childhood. And then I think the point came at like late teenage years where I started getting like stupid serious.
Right. Was your first actual like official release, was it Summer 19, which I think came out 2019, I think. Or did you release stuff before then?
I wish. I released some stuff before that. We all have our place where we start. Except for me, I'm not embarrassed by it. I think it's hilarious and dope at the same time. I like, I was going in on them little Fisher Price beats. But yeah, my first album was in 2011, like my first official I had started with a music group called KG1, Keeping God First. And I did my first album in 2011, which was, I still rock with it. Like that joke go hard to me because it was so basic. I love it. And then I think after that, that's when I started doing like little EPs and little singles and stuff like that, trying to find my way, just, promote, putting out garbage and whatnot. Thank goodness I didn't find digital distribution by then. So, so yeah, that's pretty much how that went.
Right. I really like what you said about like how you're not embarrassed by it. Like, we all start somewhere, like it's not like you're going to hop on the beat and all of a sudden you're making millions of streams because it goes hard. So like,
right.
Rocking over those Fisher Price beats, everyone's got to do it for a bit, right?
Hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm a Toys R Us kid. So stupid, you know what I'm saying?
For real. But so from it sounds like you've been doing music like just as like a hobby for as long, pretty much your whole childhood, and then you really started doing music seriously like as a teenager. So when you retire at the end of the day, like however long you rap for, and you look back, like what will gauge whether you were successful, like in your mind, to you?
This is going to be a half uncommon answer and then a half common answer. My income, because I told myself I'm going to end up paying myself fully, which is coming to pass like faster than I thought. My income, my stamp, the influence, not just for the sake of showboating, because I don't want to be the person that always has a camera on when I'm buying a single mom a vehicle type stuff. That's just stupid to me. People find out about it on somebody's Facebook post. That's how they'll find out. But like my income, the mark that I leave for in my own eyes, not in anyone else's, and just seeing stuff replicate itself. So my income making income, but it's also through other people not being afraid to be themselves, and they can explode past the peer pressure or the status quo of let's stay trapped because everybody else is being SoundCloud rappers. So let's do this and that, which I'm not knocking that, but the ones that are the unicorns in the game, not suppressing their unicornism and saying, well, Travis August, like he literally came into the concert floating on a cloud. I don't know how it was floating, but he did it. And I wanted to do that in my spirit, but I was scared. Like that gets just put to rest. So like, I think that's one of my biggest things. And then the people that are, if you're a kid person, let that bleed into your artistry. You know what I'm saying? If you like waking up in the morning, putting on a Crayola robe and doing finger painting before you get up and do your mixtape, then do your thing, man. Let it come into your artistry. Like have fun. That's like my thing. So that in that sense of leaving a mark. And then I told myself I gotta look out for my mama from this music stuff. And that's one of my goals that will get done. It's like everyone has their why. Like, why are you doing this? That's just one of my things. Like every time I pick up my iPhone to put something in, or I get a concept or whatever, that my mom is part of it. And it's like, yeah, I'm gonna take care of my mom. So yeah, it would be those three things. And it's literally has made me in the 2020, I literally don't really have any complaints because that 2020 made me an official monster. Like I can say now, I would never walking into this. I'm scared of myself. So like it literally made me a monster. In my album, I believe my album in the summer is going to reflect that, as well as a mixtape I got coming out with the homie. Oh my gosh. So yeah, it'll reflect that. I mean, even on my album, I'm not gonna prolong this, but even on my album, I'm teaming up with a EDM pop producer for one of my records, and it's absolutely, it'll give you a nosebleed.
Hey.
So like that, yeah, all of that, that's part of leaving my mark, obviously, being different. So.
Right, I'm really excited for this album that you're talking about. And I thought your answer for no, I thought I like how you said you're gonna give a half common answer and half uncommon answer, because like everyone has
Yeah.
that common answer, right? But then like what really separates why you do it
Yeah.
versus why someone like Lecrae does it is because like Lecrae got his reason, his uncommon reason, and you got your uncommon reason. So like I appreciate you
Exactly.
being like honest about like your uncommon reason and not just being like, you know, God told me to do this. You know what I mean? Um,
Yeah,
but
because that's
like,
it. That's what it is. Here's my moment. Jesus.
yeah.
Are you good? You, yeah.
But yeah, let's let's talk a little bit about your album real quick. Is so this album you're coming out with in 2021 summer, yeah. Is there what can you say about it without pushing too far? I don't want to push you.
Woo, Nelly. If let me see, if a troll landed a record deal while standing on Mount Olympus, providing to the children of the world, if that was a nutshell of a description that I could use, that'd probably be part of it. Other than that, oh my gosh, like, dude, and they say you're your own worst critic, and that's the most beautiful thing that you could get, that you could say, provide for yourself, is being like in a good way. But when I said I'm afraid of myself, like, I'm not lying. Like, stuff that's coming, I'm like, me and Jesus and the angels, like, we go to our VIP room and we're like, yo, this is about to be stupid. Like, that kind of stuff, man. It's so different. Like, the elements that are in it, I got a pop track that's real like Justin Bieberish, and then I got an EDM track that's real David Guetta type. Get the room going crazy. Bro, I'm telling you, I got it's just all over the place. And then like there's a few trap bops in there, but even those are real like, oh my gosh. And I made everything catchy. Like, I'm like the king of just making stuff catchy that you can just sing over and over because it's just fun. Because when I do records, the records on this album coming up will be records that you can play around friends, and this was like, oh, we're vibing, oh, this is a great moment, and you just like enhance friendships. It's just like a group, you know what I'm saying? Just group therapy in the most positive way, sonically. So it's going to be real different, real exciting. It's all made for live shows, because that's a whole nother ball game. Like, me and Chance are identical with live shows. It's just like a whole storybook. It's not a play my track. No, I'm on like a whole, oh my gosh. Anyways, but yeah, it's going to be that. It's going to be that. And I'm excited because like kids will be able to listen to it and all that. Like, just like the usual, anything that I make, kids will be able to do that. A lot of my videos are going to be like my same stage video concept. Everybody's like friggin' paper bag puppets, and they like turn into real life people. Like, it's lit. I'm telling you, man, everything's a vibe. So you take that, what you just heard, that little giggle you did, that's my whole album. It's just like a big giggle.
I love it. I'm super hyped. I'm super hyped. I'm excited for when concerts come back. If you ever come to Omaha, Des Moines, or Kansas City, you best believe I'll be catching you there. I'll be coming for sure.
Oh yeah,
dude, you'll come backstage. You just shoot me all the info, and I'll be like, bring my guy. I almost Corona canceled I don't know if you saw like our promo that was building up for it, but our Summerfest 2020 in LA was supposed to happen last summer.
Right, that was like
25,000 people at Ram Stadium, dude. That was gonna be insane. And then I was gonna fly out of that and go to a youth event, a youth camp, to perform there at a church in Florida, and that was just gonna start up my whole thing. But that's my thing with Same Stage. I ain't mean to cut you off, but you got me excited. That's your fault.
You didn't cut me
Same
off, don't
Stage,
worry.
literally Same Stage is just that. It's just that. You nailed it. You literally pulled my song apart without even trying. I'm the same. Like, I'm not. There's no. Half of the time, people are like, give him a green room or whatever, and I'm like, no. What are you talking about? I'm going out there hanging out with everybody. Like, that's literally me. So like, this exciting when live shows come back, because that's me. I get to see people's faces. Like, the thing that's driving me crazy is not being in quarantine, because I just make out like 100 albums. It's fun for me, but seeing people, like being there, coming down off the stage, they're like, "Oh, I didn't know he left the stage." Yeah, here's some cereal. You know what I'm
Here's
saying?
some
Like
cereal.
I like being in, yeah. And then the artist meet and greets, like the meet and greets are like just being able to see people and just like hand on shoulder, hey, your face looks great, type stuff, man. It's a vibe. So yeah, man, keep in touch with your boy. You already know you get that access, man.
Hey.
We'll throw a pass on you and be like, hey, he's with the crew.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. But real quick, 2 questions about what you just said. First of all, I gotta ask you,
Alright.
since you keep talking about cereal, have you heard "Cereal" by Stephen Malcolm before?
Yes.
All right, I was just making sure. I feel like that would be
Yes.
your song, you know.
Yes,
But
sir.
I just had to
got
check.
that. I got that in the playlist.
Hey, I knew.
Yeah.
But no, I feel like, like I know you don't mean this as like a marketing thing, but like with you coming down out of stage and like connecting with fans, that makes like your fans like your music so much more, just because like they get connected with you, like they feel not only like are you an artist, but like to them, but like you're connected with them. So then like that makes the music so much more to them. And like I know that's not like a marketing thing, and it's like
Yeah.
legit. So like, but like it helps you as well. And I
Yeah.
really appreciate when artists are like, I don't know if humble is the right word, but like, humble enough to,
Yeah.
connect with the fans and not be like above them. You know what I mean? I think that helps them in the long run. But
Exactly.
I only got 2 more questions for you. One of them I did not send you for a reason.
Cool.
But I like to ask this one is, if you were in my shoes and Cooper's shoes and you were the one interviewing, what would you have asked that I did not ask you? If anything.
What flavor milk you eat with your cereal? Nah. I'll
Well,
probably
you gotta
ask,
answer
let me
though.
see.
Yeah. What flavor milk do you use, dude?
Throw me that 2% though. I'm trying to get that
Alrighty, I
2%.
see you.
All right, same. We're on the same.
I got
Same
you.
page.
I would ask me a little bit about my live show, like my what like any prep or like what's my favorite thing about my live shows that I do. I think that would be one.
All right, so what is?
Yeah, that would.
So what is your favorite part of the live show?
2 things. First one is the prep for it. I love rehearsals. I have this thing where I'll wrap my whole set. I got a speed rope, jump rope. I love cardios. But I'll wrap my whole set while speed jumping, just to prepare my lung preparation, breathing, all that is important to me. And then just making a storybook. I'm the type of guy that'll have balloons like fall into the crowd at a certain point, or have full dress mascots and dealership floaties on my stage. Yeah, like people riding hoverboards and bikes across my stuff, and kids coming on and dancing in the background. Like that's me. That's my live show. Like you literally get an event. It's not you come and you sit. And then I had one live show where I did like a raffle in the middle. I just stopped my song and was like, hey, who wants $100? Like that type of stuff. Like it's just getting the crowd involved. And I think that's what kind of hurt me a little bit not doing the live shows, because I just started. Last summer would have been my ramp up. And from there, I would have known, because I never really did too many live shows before that. But that would have been, and they say half a part of it is live shows. Get in front of people, they'll remember you. Boom, you're following everything. They'll know who you are. So I've been doing this professionally forever, like behind the scenes going 8 dummy. But this is now that I got a manager, which happened in the last year and a half, all my stuff's in place. It's just like take off. So yeah, live shows are like literally one of my favorite things. Album recording in the studio, it's cool. But live shows, man, I'm talking about like orchestras coming in and I'm rapping to the, trumpet players. Stupid.
Your live show
yeah.
sounds exactly what I wanted a live show to be. It
Dude,
sounds
I'm
great.
telling
It
you.
sounds great. All right, but then one last
I'm
question.
gonna find y'all. I'm telling you, I'm gonna bring you to it.
Find y'all. Oh man. But one last question I gotta ask you, and I didn't send this to you just to make sure I get the real raw Travis. You don't have any time to think about it. So, let's say theoretically, someone came to your house and they gave you an elephant, and you could not sell the elephant and you could not kill the elephant. You had to keep the elephant. What would you do with this said elephant?
Man, I guess me and Spot are going to Walmart and getting some elephant food and a harness leash.
Me and Spot.
And a harness leash. We gonna? Yeah, sure is. He coming to career day, show and tell. I'm gonna even get him a job. He can work at Chick-fil-A. He'll drop peanuts in the sunroof for the kids when they come by Chick-fil-A. Yeah, we'll get him working.
Get the bag.
That's called going green. I'm gonna just ride on this trunk.
Man.
I'm gonna tell you what, real quick. That question just won you a place in my circle. No other person interviewing me. Everybody's so like intimidated, which I don't understand why. Because they see my portfolio, they should be like, he's a hippie. But like nobody in the history of interviewdom has ever asked anything like off wall like that. So y'all are just been moved to my top 5.
My top 5. Hey, oh man, I'm honored. All right, but thank you so much for taking your time to come on the show. We really appreciate it. He's just losing it. I'll give him time.
Y'all stupid, bro. That's just what I needed. I was waiting this whole time. I was like, their vibe is good. I want to see if they'll do something that I would do. And you literally did something. Yo.
Nah, so yeah, like
All right, go ahead.
Nah, you good.
Go ahead.
No,
my gosh. Oh, okay.
I just wanted to say thank you for coming on.
What?
Taking your time.
Bro, that was a good question. That was fire, bro. You don't understand how fire that question was. Yo, I'm gonna have to. Are y'all saving this? Y'all saving this video?
Yeah, it's on Beyond. It's on Beyond YouTube and stuff. Don't worry.
Oh man, I am sharing this. This is hilarious. Okay, go ahead. You can.
Man.
Oh man.
All right, but yeah, again, thank you. And where can we find you on socials for everyone to keep up with Spot?
To make it Spot Daquan August. That's his name. They can find y'all are stupid. Hey, they can find to make it easy, they can just go to TravisAugustMusic.com. That's my artist website. And it'll literally as soon as it pulls up homepage, all my socials are the icons are there, so they can click and look around. I got merch. It's amazing merch too. It's a creation by myself, straight out of my brain. It's real cool, cartoonish, drippy. It's called Augie World. So we're building on that soon. Y'all send me your information. I'll send y'all some drops, bro. I got y'all.
Dude,
but yeah, they can go to TravisAugustMusic.com. Yeah.
All right.
You know the vibes, man.
You heard the man. Be sure to check out TravisAugustMusic.com. Check out his merch. Check out all his songs, especially Birdie. Trust me, you'll love it. It'll be stuck in your head forever.
Yes.
But yeah.
Going on the album. Birdie's going on the album. I forgot to tell you. I'm sorry.
Hey. Already my favorite song on the album. I don't care. No, but
hey.
Yeah, be sure to follow us on our socials at CHHysteria on Instagram and at CHHysteria Media on Twitter. And if you want to join a community of CHH heads, be sure to check the CHH Discord as well. We have a Next Up Christian Hip Hop playlist that Travis August is actually on. You got the song Birdie on there. That'll be in the link in the description. But thank you all for joining.